Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, she said. Hey, guys. I have a horrible shadow cast on me right now. I'm learning stuff about lights, so please bear with me. I ordered some Paria tacos earlier, like an hour ago. He delivered them to the wrong house, which I get it, 4 a.m., you're tired, me too. And so I had to go on a hunt for my tacos. And at first I was going to eat them by myself, by my lonesome. And then I thought, when I was growing up, just being a little girl, just a little spitfire, I was out there watching Trisha Paytas. I was always watching Trisha Paytas doing mukbangs on her floor. The first one I found of her was her watching pizza, her eating pizza on her living room floor. Ugh. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. Right. Cause I haven't eaten a lot today, and it's how I show myself self-love. And today we're talking about self-love. Oh my god. She says in agony. I got a comment the other day. By the way, I posted that video last week, and I was so, my heart was so warmed by all of your comments. So if you guys like it, I'll keep fucking doing it because, why not? I got a comment the other day on that video, and it made me think because it said, how are you so nice to yourself? Which, oh brother. First of all, I don't know where you saw that in that video ever of me being like exceptionally kind to myself to the point that you obviously it was mentionable. But I am constantly working on this. And that's what we're going to talk about today, solely, because I feel like self-love goes hand in hand with self-care, and it's what I do worst, truly, which is trigger warning for this entire episode. Negative self-talk. You're going to hear a lot. It's going to be a lot of honesty. And so I don't need all the don't think of yourself that way. Trust me, I am okay. But I'm just sharing all of these things to be vulnerable and so that you understand you're not fucking alone when you're having these damn thoughts, and you are not alone in not taking care of yourself. So no need to be like, oh, she's not doing okay, or go ahead and you feel like you have to type something nice in the comments because I'm being all like down on the dumps. No, this is more just like, dude, I'm going through it, and maybe if I share my feelings of going through it, it will make you feel less shitty because you know that you're not fucking alone. Maybe that'll help. Going in for another dunk. Sorry, I don't like mouth noises. I am currently in EMDR therapy, which is a type of trauma therapy. And something that's super vital with healing from trauma, childhood trauma, is self-love, because there's a lot of shame and self-blame that just happens automatically. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and take a swig, but look at this. Look at this motherfucking thing. It's the size of my head. I got a large because I said I am in the US of A. Oh my lord. Somebody call. What's his face? Oh, damn, that would have been funny if I knew his name. He sounds like he's like gargling a carburetor. Kennedy. Oh my god. Robert, you're there. You just said it. You don't want to, I don't want to talk about him either. I just watched a fucking 2-hour documentary about this guy being how stupid he is. And it's like, yeah, obviously, I've been so mad lately, guys. I've been so fucking mad lately. Give me something else to be angry at. I felt like today, so many things were just happening that I was just like, I don't know if any of you guys deal with anger issues. I do. And that's why I got help and why I was like, what's going on? And I found out I have bipolar disorder because I was having these like crazy like rage, almost like blackout moments and abnormal as hell. So that's what I initially got help for. So I definitely have an issue with my anger and I've had to work on that. So like, you know, when you're like, perfect example, if you're fucking walking and you stub your toe. I have to like, you know that meme of that dog and he's like that chocolate lab and he's closing his eyes? I turn into this dog. Where it's just like, I become a stoic creature. Because if not, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of, let's say, a door. I'm going to beat the shit out of the door. I'm going to beat the shit out of the door. I'm going to beat the shit out of the door until the fucking door is literally like becomes a human to say, yo, you need to chill out, not even for my sake, but for your own, like you're hurting yourself. But I can't do that. I'm an adult. And now I'm medicated, so like everything's chill. But I still get mad because that's still in me, right? There's a frustration. And lately there's been a lot. Tell me something. What are you angry about? You're so young, you're beautiful. Oh my God, no one that beautiful should be worrying. I one time got a comment that said life on easy mode. Fuck you. Just waltzing through life. Fuck you. Where's my Lamborghini then? I don't want a Lamborghini. I would love maybe 10 acres. 10 acres and a vintage truck. And I would have the money to have the vintage truck. And it wouldn't be like it would be breaking down all the fucking time. But it's like, you know, a pain in the ass, but I'll fix it. I'll have like one of those fancy SUVs. Too. That's my like hot mom car. Like one of those like hot fan. They're always white. The white fancy like cars. It would be an Infiniti. 100% an Infiniti. Why are Infinitis so bouge? Who does Infiniti? Who is that? Buick. Flashbacks. I had a Buick. Anyway, what was I talking about? Self-love. So I've had to do a lot of work on self-love, of course, through my trauma therapy. And my therapist was telling me, hey girl, you gotta start getting serious about this self-compassion. And you're obviously not doing it because I have no motivation. I don't fucking care. It gets me nowhere. Be nice to yourself. Why? I know why now, and I could do the explaining to you about why it's the good thing to do, but this is like my brain at the time. Why? It doesn't fucking get me anywhere. Be kind to yourself. Oh, you didn't get work done today? Good, go to work. No, make money. No, fucking get out of bed. Make money. You feel like shit? Make money feeling like shit. You're tired? Make money tired. This is fucking how I thought about myself even. And even when I was doing work, it wasn't good enough. And then what? And if it was good enough the entire time, I'm like, saying the worst shit to myself. Just the worst shit to myself. And I don't know where I heard it. I don't. There are some things that, like some beliefs I have about myself that I'm trying to work on that did come from somewhere. Like that somebody along the way said to me and it stuck and turned into some crazy negative belief. A lot of these things, though, I came up with by myself. And I mean, is how I really helped my social anxiety, because I was always thinking that people were thinking the worst things about myself because I was thinking the worst things about myself. And then I was judging these people to assume that they were assholes and they were also thinking the worst things about me for literally no fucking reason at all. So that was something that made me go, oh shit, it's my own, these are my thoughts that I need to deal with. In comes, okay, hashtag not spons, but this is the workbook that my therapist told me to get, okay? I'm not going to obviously open this shit because it's like my writing. It's vulnerable as hell. The Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook, y'all. Yes! I'm telling y'all. She told me to get this. I laughed at her. I think it took me 3 years to actually buy this book. I want to heal so bad. Okay, in the first fucking chapter, rocked my socks off. I actually went through it and I wrote down, this is stupid. Obviously, I would comfort them and treat them kindly. Because the exercise was asking me to think about a time that a friend was going through a really rough time and they needed to be comforted, and I comforted them. And how did you feel about them needing that? And I'm like, well, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Obviously, they needed help at the time. I helped them. Duh. But it's like, why don't I deserve that? Why do my friends deserve that treatment, but I don't deserve that treatment? Why do my friends deserve a clean apartment to come hang out in, my clean apartment, but why don't I deserve a clean apartment? Why do my friends deserve to see me looking presentable, but I don't deserve to make myself look presentable? Does this make sense? I felt like it was so obvious that I would do these things for other people, but I would never fucking do them for myself. And I actually started noticing that through this experience of learning self-love, it has done a lot for how I see other people as well. I used to be judgmental as shit. We all have obviously like some judgmental thoughts, obviously, that pop into our head and we don't say out loud. But my freaking mother, let's talk about my mother. She was very kind of just like Regina George-esque. And so she would say the most heinous things about strangers. And it just made me think like, oh my God, is everybody doing that about me? And like whenever I see other people, I just hear my mom's voice like saying something. And then I hear my own voice being like, stop, you can't say that. That's so mean. And I fucking hated that about myself because that was leaking into my own self-beliefs. How I thought about myself was leaking into how I thought about other people and vice versa. It was like this nasty cycle. Nasty. And then I just like couldn't be my fucking self, and horrible, all of it bad, right? But I must be compassionate with myself because it was all survival mechanisms, I guess. You know? Anywho, so I needed to start with the basic of the basic of the basic of self-love, because what is that, right? So I read a bunch of studies that convinced me that self-care was needed. Fuck. Actually, one of the top... Okay, I was going to make an entire video about this. There are 3 pillars to mental health. Literally 3. All it is connection, and that can be with people, animals, or nature. Moving your body. This is not going to the gym. This is not pumping, lifting weights. Moving your body. Come on, you know what that is. Go for a fucking walk. Sorry, I'm not telling you to do jack shit. Sit down, have smoke a joint. You know what I mean? And lastly, self-care. Okay, what's that one you ask? What's that one you ask? I did too. Now that actually can be feeding yourself, getting good sleep, paying attention to what you like your fucking hobbies, like giving yourself a little bit of playtime, you know? And then just overall being forgiving to yourself and kinder. And I have had a lot of issues with my negative self-talk, but only within the last maybe few months it's become significantly better. And I think that comes from a shift in my perspective with it. Being in trauma therapy, we're doing a lot of talk about a specific time in my life when I was very young. And I feel like I'm still that age. And I realized that I was just saying all that shit to her. And so anytime I said something, I just imagined like me at that age, how I would look if I would say something like that. And I know that words mean something, and you can say it's silly and you're just kidding and whatever, but words are so fucking powerful. And I didn't realize how much they were. Like, I was always someone, like in high school, you know, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. You just say shit like that. I don't say stuff like that anymore because if I don't really think it, I'm saying it to my brain and it's hearing me. And I don't want to do that anymore. This world is fucking disgusting. And it's ugly as shit. And I wish that other people thought about the world the same way that I did, but that's not the case. I'm sure you guys have experienced this as you've, entered early adulthood, where you mourn the world that you thought you lived in. And it's different for everybody. It's, you can be subjected to many different things. I mean, obviously, even I was subjected to horrible trauma when I was a child, but you know what I mean? Like this undeniable truth that there are just evil people, evil everywhere, all the time, no matter what. And I was relatively sheltered, of course, growing up. But I think I have so much hatred and disgust for like the robbery of innocence that happened to me as a child. And seeing it happen just all the time is, I can either do two things. Like I can deny it, like I can push it down. That's anger. That's only anger. Push it and hate myself, hate the world, hate it fucking all, or I can just accept it for what it is. There's good and there's bad, And I think at the end of the day, like with self-care and self-love, that's it. It's just accepting that there's good and there's bad. You're gonna have shitty fucking days that you get nothing done. And a lot of us we have this like capitalistic perspective of what productivity means. Even productivity, that word even itself comes from like your crop yield. So I'm always asking myself, was I productive today? And 8 out of 10, and even it's hard to say for some reason, 8 out of 10 of the times I am like, you weren't productive. And this word this word useless is hard for me. And it can be paralyzing, I think. There's so much I want to do. I have so many ideas. I really think that I could do something cool. I do think that. But anytime that I have a good idea, I am very quick to shoot myself down and think that it's stupid, it's useless. I should be making money. I shouldn't be leaning into my aspirations, my dreams, my wants. I'm Gen Z, and I think a lot of us have this like quiet acceptance of having no future, which has kind of put this like generalized anhedonia on the entirety of our generation, where all of us are just like living through the motions. We're just living a to-do list. You know, we like, and don't get me wrong, I know that obviously you gotta put your fucking hours in. That's, human brains are actually like, we're meant to work. We like to work. We like to do something productive, create something. But we like to do it for a reason. And if there's no reason, we go fucking crazy. And I find myself feeling fucking crazy. And as much as it's like, oh, what? Oh, you woke up from the Matrix and you're in the rat race? Well, wake up, sister! It's not that. I don't know. And I saw this fucking video the other day. Oh my God, give me something to be mad about. Give me something to be mad about. I saw this video, and it's this like think piece on Gen Z. Oh my God, please give me another think piece on Gen Z. We need it. We're fucking thirsty. We're begging. We're not. And it's this like, what's going on with Gen Z? Like the infantilization of Gen Z, and how like none of them want to like have kids. None of them want to get married. None of them want to like, settle down and own a house. Mama, a recession behind you. Mama, late stage capitalism behind you. Mama. What's that? Is that my baby? No, it's not. Because I don't have one. Do I want one? Have I ever You know what? Would I be a mother? I would adopt a child. I would never fucking bring another human being into this world. Not because we're overpopulating the planet. That's bullshit. This has nothing to do with us. This has everything to do with them. This has everything to do with them. Because we're running out of fossil fuels. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. What do we got? 60 years left? 60 years? Oh my God, we have 60 fucking years. We would love to have families. We would love to have lives. I would love to own a fucking home with a wraparound lanai. With a boutique pool. With mosaic tile. But do I have one? Nay. Literally nay. Oh, I would rather be living in my one bedroom. Ooh, not able to sing, dance, and fart at the hours of my pleasing. Fuck you. Hey, actually, what's that? Oh my God, shove it up where the sun don't shine, up your asshole. Give me something to be angry about. Anyway. I just thought that was crazy. It's like, we would love to be people. Like, we would love to fucking have families. We would love to do the thing. I would love to do the song and dance. Well, I tried to be married once, but that was a manic episode, so we can't call it that. It was like a pancake marriage. That's what my dad called it. He said that the first one, you get rid of it. Okay. How many other people have pancake marriages? Apparently, my second marriage is going to be, will have less, which doesn't make actually sense to me. Like, there's a chance that it will be less successful than the first one. How does that make sense? Wouldn't it be like, well, I'm sure now, right? I'm older, I'm wiser. I'm out of the closet. Right. Yeah, that helps. So, anywho says, did you know that I wanted to do my nails this episode? And I didn't. And I've been waiting to do my nails because that's something I do for self-care now. Did you know that? I learned how to do gel nails because I used to get my nails done when I was like in high school, and then I stopped getting them done because like the economy. And then recently I was like, that would be really nice to get my nails done. But then I'm seeing, that's like $100 to get your nails done. How much is a lamp? Well, the lamp's only $20. How much is? And then I fell down the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole so hard. Look at me. Look at me. Like, I got all the shit, girl. Oh, I got all the shit. I fell so hard down the rabbit hole. And I got a new polish. So I wanted to try it today, but here, I'll show you. It's like red. Yeah. Anyway. What's one way that you can make a change, like a self-care change yourself, literally right now? One thing that you actually helped me do was making these commitments to myself, because sometimes I feel like when I'm so depressed, the last fucking thing I want to do is move my body. The last thing I want to do is go hang out with someone, which, by the way, micro connections also count. What's a micro connection? That's engaging in active conversation for at least 2 minutes. So go like barista, set a timer, keep talking to your barista. Keep talking to your barista. Your barista's like, why are you talking to me? Please move along. There's a line. No, you're talking to her. I'm getting my micro connection in. Suck their soul away. Suck their soul in that micro connection. I just sucked the soul out of this guy in the 7-Eleven. Seriously though, I just sucked all his energy out. Thank you, sir. I've been revived. That's seriously how I felt when I was buying my Skittles today. One thing that you can be doing, make a commitment to yourself. One, do it. ADHDers, I'm looking at you. Oh, I'm looking at you. Don't plan this commitment. That's the problem. I am really good with planning my days the day before, like a very rigorous, a very like a polished schedule. What the fuck is the word? Whatever. I love making my schedule for the next day, but when I don't, and I wake up and I forgot to do it, I am lost. And sometimes making this small commitment to myself can kind of get me in the mindset of like not being so scramble bus, because literally making one mistake in my day leads me down the dark rabbit hole of self-hatred. So making a commitment to myself, following through, and then immediately rewarding myself. Not going and smoking a bowl. Well, you can do that. Who cares? But do this. You do something, the moment you get it done. My favorite thing is to rub my chest because it's like a perfect self-love practice. Also, your vagus nerve is like so exposed there. But I get something done. Like the moment I click this off, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go, yay. And I like to do a little dance like, yay, you did it. Yay, good job. Like it sounds so stupid and juvenile, but like you got to like fake that shit. I sometimes feel like I feel stupid as fuck doing that to myself. Like I feel like I'm like, good job, baby. Oh, you're such a good baby. Yes, you are. But you need that sometimes, because I didn't have that when I was a kid. No one was doing that. So I have to do it now. And that sounds cheesy as a motherfuck, but like it's kind of just the truth. I need to be giving myself those rewards, or else I fall into that dark cycle. So taking time to pause and focus on self-care. And once again, self-care is not going and getting a massage. It could be. That's lovely. I wish I was you, me getting a massage. Personally, it's really hard for me to take multiple hours out of my day for something like that. It's really hard for me to spend money on myself in any way that's not going to be making me money. It's really hard for me to do that. So, doing little things like doing my fucking nails, putting in the effort, doing in my nails. I really looked at my shower routine because I was like, well, first of all, I learned that white people were stinky as fuck. And then I was like, am I stinky? Then I was like looking at my shower routine, and because I'm very like paranoid about stinking. Then I was looking at my shower routine and I was like, oh my God, it could be revamped. It could be so revamped. So I started really paying attention to my shower routine, and that became like a really vital part of my night routine, which like blossomed into something where, well, you know, I'm caring so much about my bath products. Let me get a nice lotion and, you know, really rub it in and get let me get this nice body oil. And now I'm touching myself and you know, loving my body. And these physical self-care practices, you don't have to be looking in the mirror being like, I love you so much. You don't even have to fucking believe it. That's the thing. I didn't believe it until one day I just did. And then I will have a day like I had today, that I am almost hungover from my mistakes of the previous day. And, you know, I'm getting texts from like, hey, did you forget to pay this? Did you forget to do this? Hey, did you do this? And I'm like, oh my God, like, no, I didn't do that. That's my fault. It's my fault. You know, I'm owning up for a lot. And I'm very easy. I'll own up to things very quickly. But it's a little challenging when I have the habit of just easily being so angry and like, yes, everything's my fault. So when I actually do have to own up to something, or I did make a mistake, I can get really down on myself. And then it like spirals and becomes like a storm that pummels into the next day and the day after that. So, you know, what the fuck do I do on a day like this? I committed to myself that I was going to make this video. And no matter what, it is so late. The sun is coming up. I see it now. But if I woke up this morning and I said, I'm going to do that video, and I did not do it, I would be breaking that promise with myself. Not even a promise. I didn't promise to myself I was going to do it. Just I would be not doing it. I would be like keeping myself, I don't know what the fucking term for that is. It's just this like, oh yeah, obviously I didn't do it, because if I went to sleep and I didn't record this video, it would be very, very hard for me to be kind to myself tomorrow. I would just wake up having a really hard time. And here's the thing, like this is going to be like the only fucking productive thing that I'll have done. And someone a million people could hear that and they would laugh. And you have to understand that I'm fucking like a psych major and I'm very deep into this. So I know a lot of people don't like, especially in the political world, don't like how much grace I give to the human brain. I get it, but you need to understand where I'm coming from. Like, you know, where I get my information from. So many people would hear, this is the only fucking productive thing that you've done all day. They would laugh and tell me, well, no wonder you're depressed and you have no money, you know? But no, that's not a kind way to look at life. Look at yourself, look at others. I mean, the thing is, if you expect so much of other people, you must really expect that much of yourself. And I started a little tea, some info. Anytime that I see people judging others so harshly, like gossiping, really mean, it really breaks my heart now because I see it in a different way where I'm like, you really believe that about yourself, because there's no way that you would make fun of someone for that specifically unless that was something specifically that you were insecure about. And funny enough, anytime that I catch myself being judgmental about something, it's always something that I myself judge myself for. So I don't know, those tiny commitments to myself, that's what keeps me going. That's what gives myself at least a little bit of joy. But I do know that I need to love myself, right? So, you know, paying more attention to self-care. Then I started looking into like, well, I would like to actually, you know, like my natural hair texture. So I started to learn how to take care of it, you know? Then I was like, I would really like, you know, to wear clothes that look good specifically on me. So I got into color analyses. And all of these things have actually been little avenues of self-care. But I just thought that they were stupid and worthless because I wouldn't make money. I would be wasting time. I get that from my dad. My dad is a workaholic. And I am so scared how much I'm like my dad. Every single day it scares the shit out of me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to go against it. I know that you have to love and accept yourself just the way you are right now. No matter where the fuck you're at. Not, if I lose 10 pounds, like if I have a six pack, if I make rent this month, if I get this job, if I get this one plastic surgery, like then I'll accept and love myself. Fuck no, you have to accept and love yourself right now. And you might not believe it, and you might not fucking like it, but look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself just how I am. And you can do it like that. Like you can do it in a way that you don't believe it. It sounds like you're bullshitting. Anybody who is in the room right now would be like, wow, she really fucking means that. I love and accept myself just the way I am. That was literally me for a year, dude. Like saying this to myself in the mirror. I love and accept myself just the way I am. And then one day, I believed it. Damn. One day I actually believed it. Now I do believe it. I do love and accept myself exactly the way I am. All in my imperfect ways. But it took a fucking long time and a lot of money in therapy to get here. So, back to that original commenter. How do you love yourself? Man. You have to love and accept yourself just the way you are. But yeah, I think doing these things, and also like, I really like singing. I've been giving myself some time to sing. And you know what? I wouldn't literally let myself sing because I was like, you're not good enough to sing. How terrible is that? And the thing is, I'm a fucking fantastic singer. I'm genuinely a fantastic singer. I would have never had the confidence to say that if I didn't go through all of this like self-care, compassion, didn't go through this self-compassion journey myself. I wouldn't have been able to say that. I didn't feel confident enough to sing. But I wasn't doing it because I just had so much hatred for myself. I was like, you fucking can't sing. You're shit at singing. I'm not. I'm a fantastic singer. But it's like I wouldn't even give myself the opportunity to like learn how to perfect a voice, you know? Because I'd never gone into lessons. I wouldn't let myself get lessons. And so of course I'd sing and my voice would crack because I didn't know anything about breathing. I didn't know anything about like vocal placement. I didn't know anything about my vowels. I didn't know anything about opening the throat. I knew nothing. And so obviously something would happen and I'd be like, see, Simon Cowell would fucking X your ass right now. So I just started like, I don't know, just letting myself be my baby self. I'm still a little child. Let me just live it out. Live it out. Live it, love it. Love it, live it, be it. Be who you wanna be. Barbie, Barbie girl. Y'all remember that? Okay, I'm really gonna go now. Well, now I have to fucking do my nails on my own damn time. I'm gonna probably watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show because it's one of my comfort movies. So science fiction. Ooh, that song actually makes me sad. And it makes me cry every time I listen to it for some reason. Oh. Damn, that song is so sad. Why is that song so sad? Why is science fiction so sad? This is gonna play us out. Because I don't make money on YouTube yet. So I can do this. Yet. I'm manifesting. Where we stand, and Flash Gordon with fair and silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. Then something went wrong for Fay Ray and King Kong. They got caught in a cellular jam. Then at a deadly pace. Anyway, for realsies, I hope you guys have a really good night, or day, or morning. Bye, everybody. Love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.